We are all in school. But do you know that over 20 million Nigerians are adolescent girls between the ages of 10 to 19 years old? 20 million girls. That is twice the population of Rwanda and twice the entire population of Libya. To see how much we are in this country. When 20 million adolescent girls from 10 to 19 are in Nigeria. This is too large population to ignore. And that is why it is important in Nigeria that we all have good education for the population that we have. Sadly, Nigeria has the highest number of out-of-school girls. Out of the 20 million girls in Nigeria, 5.5 million are not in school. It is very bad. And this 5.5 million is way higher than Pakistan, which used to be the highest with 3 million girls not in school. And even in Ethiopia with 2 million girls. That means Nigeria is now becoming the first in something bad as this. 5.5 million girls. Girls' education is often interrupted due to factors like poverty. They've mentioned out of it, poverty, no money to go to school. That is why most girls are not in school. We also have child marriage, which is what is reigning in Nigeria. Little children are being married off to people without going to school. And some of them can even be promised that when you get to your husband's house, he will sponsor you to school. That's why some girls will accept. Then when they get into the marriage, they stay at home doing nothing. Girls that get pregnant also, they can't go to school. Or childbirth. When a girl gives birth, she'll be wondering, why should I go to school again? I already have a child. And my child, the child will go to school, so why should I go to school? And they will sit down at home doing nothing. That is one of the factors that causes reasons for poor education for girls. There are other factors that affect education, such as poor facilities. We all know in our schools, most of the public schools in this country, when it comes to facilities, I can't guarantee that. When I was in secondary school, you see in class, there are not enough classes. Toilets. Let's say, okay, 500 students, boys and girls are in a school, and there are only 2 toilets there. How will they go to pee? And the toilet is always dirty. And you can't even say, okay, let me pee at the back of a class. If a teacher gets you, you get punished. We need facilities. Poor facilities is what is happening in our schools. Despite the fact that we are all going to school, we need conducive learning environment. If the environment is not conducive, how do you expect all of us here to learn and have something in our brains? If there's always noise everywhere, okay, let me say, in a class, there are 100 students there. How do you expect all the 100 students to learn all at the same time? There will be noises, particularly at the back. And you will not hear what the teacher is saying. If there are conducive learning environment, classes, facilities, medical facilities also, and in the labs, I'm sure that education will be something better. In order to ensure, yes, this is the solution. In order to ensure that girls get a good education and acquire the skills to help them compete for opportunities in society, we must ensure that girls are enrolled in school, retained or kept in school, and allowed to complete their schooling. This involves parents. We should make sure the solution for girls to be in school, we should strive hard as parents to make sure that girls are in school. They are retained in school and make sure that they complete their education. Because some of them drop out. Probably they don't have money for WAEC fees and they don't write the WAEC. We must make sure that the girl child goes into school, stays in school, and completes her education so that she'll be able to stand tall. She'll be able to walk around in the society. Ma, you are educated. That is why you are here. If a girl child, they said educate a girl child, you educate a nation. Yes, we have a lot, there are a lot of like, like the former Liberian president, she was a woman standing tall. 80% of women with no education were married before 18. Some of them said they don't have the education and they cannot strive to, they don't know where to get money to be educated. They just decide, let me just go and marry. It's better for me to be married than to not go to school. I've heard some of my mates that are already married. In northern Nigeria, parents complain that the quality of education is so poor that schooling is not a valuable alternative for their daughters. This points back to the government. We need the government to do something, to invest in education. And you see that when a government invests in education and those kids, those children, they graduate, they become great women in that country, standing tall. 2 of the poorest northern regions in Nigeria have 42% of the country's 15 to 19-year-old girls who are among the least educated and empowered in Nigeria. This also shows where you have 71% of all births in this age group. The Child Rights Act 2003 provides for the rights of the child to universal basic education, which is free and compulsory. It's the responsibility of the government to provide basic education. The government must provide basic education for us here. The universal rights said that free and compulsory education. So we're supposed to be going to school for free. Yes. I'm just waiting for a better Nigeria that we'll all be going to school for free. Even if it doesn't happen now, you will know, yes. I can boldly say, if it happens, I can boldly say, yes, at least I said something that made the government to say, let there be free education. I can be happy. Do you understand? If Nigeria is serious about development, it needs to invest in girls' education so that they can nurture a better Nigeria tomorrow. That's just it. The government must invest in education. I'm not begging. It's a must. Yes, it's a must. They must invest in education for a better Nigeria, for a better girl child. Thank you very much.